All I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise ya. Stop and praise, there ain't 10 enough days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give them praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See, this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. It's a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See, prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel. Cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing, steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just receive the listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise ya. Stop and praise, there ain't 10 enough days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give them praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See, this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gonna get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gonna ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See, prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just receive the listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we are in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions? No questions? All right. Let's go ahead and get started then. Brother Stephen, what we're going to do is read verse 1 and 2. And then we're going to skip over to verse 12 to verse 17.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. But Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Now let me ask you, who on this earth is in captivity? We are. So those people that have us in captivity, we're going to keep them in captivity. We're talking about white people, right? And possibly Ham too. So that is this is what Yahweh has in store for us for the future. Because all through Isaiah and all through the rest of the prophets talks about a people that nobody likes and people that have been oppressed. And you look around, you see we're the only people that fit that description. So if anybody need deliverance, it's us. We're the only people on this earth that don't have their own land. That's why no one respects us. Yeah. Everybody else over here got land, come from someplace, and they get that respect. They come from governments. Governments subsidize whatever they do over here. You look at this, these Chinese restaurants and Chinese beauty parlors over here. You can bet the Chinese government is helping them out. Then they know they set up their stores in our neighborhoods because they know that we ain't got sense enough to set our own stores. So they come in, know what Jay wants. They're smart. That's what you do. You study the market, and you see what sells and what does not sell. And these people know that fake hair sells, hair grease sells. Who they sell to? Black people. So they can open the door any time of day they want to. Is it open now, Steve?
No, I don't.
It ain't open yet.
I didn't see that red.
He right there. That black Lexus.
Oh, he came.
Okay, yeah.
They showed up.
Yep.
Yeah, see, it's at 11 o'clock.
So we're so habitual creatures of habit. They know what we're gonna do before we do it. That's tough.
Yeah, I know.
They know our mindset.
That's right. And they cater to it. And that's how they make their money. Why can't we do that?
Well, like you said, I always say I set every man's hand against his brother.
Well, I can't. You really can't complain about the way they do their business.
Oh no.
Because it's just business.
You don't have to go in there for one thing.
You ain't got to go in there. So why don't you get yourself together and make up your own business? You can have your own beauty salon. You have everything, your restaurants. You can have everything they got. But one thing for certain, they're not going to let you put them in their neighborhoods.
No.
See, that's so your options are narrow, and you can only set up in your neighborhoods, and in your neighborhoods they won't let you prosper because they're always breaking in, stealing stuff. So yeah, it's been putting a rock in a hard place. But again, that's because black people don't have any law. They don't have any structure. So all they know is to steal. Don't feel any remorse about stealing. They don't want their own people to prosper just because they're too busy tearing down the business. What kind of people are this? But it's part of the curses because Yahweh said that one of the curses says that he that is within you shall rise up above you, and you shall be brought low. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. That's what we are. I'll ask, how can you miss that? That we are the tail, and everybody else is the head. How can you miss that? That's us. Yahweh is writing to us, that's what you are. Open up your eyes. So he's opened up our eyes, but he hadn't opened up all the black people's eyes. They're too busy scheming and trying to get over on one another. Yeah, and telling lies. See, the lies that black people tell, they usually get busted. And sometimes they go to jail, but when white people tell lies, they get paid. They tell some good lies, bro. Yeah, you gotta hand it to them. If anything they can do, they can lie. Yeah, that's one of the characteristics of being white, that you can lie. I thought black people could lie. No, white folks got that corner. Yeah. Brother Stephen, pick this up in verse 12. Now this is the doctrine of Christianity right here. Because the main reason you want to be a Christian is that you get to go to heaven. Let's see who else wants to go to heaven. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
You understand what this is saying? I mean, stop right there, Steve. Let's just go back and read that again. It says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven." I will do this. Isn't that the same thing the Christians say? They will go to heaven because they saved. Right? I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. Who are the stars of Elohim? Israel. I didn't see your mouth move.
Oh, mine?
Yeah. Did your mouth move?
No, I was thinking.
I just saw you looking at me. I figured you were talking and I couldn't see your mouth move.
Yosef said it though. Yosef said it.
Oh, okay.
They both said it. You guys are like so intimidated. So she
Oh, no,
like,
it's
you
not
just
that.
said
It's
it
not that.
soft,
I
like-
just, that's the way I talk
okay.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. What does he mean by that? In the sides of the north. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. What's he mean by that?
Zion.
The temple,
Jerusalem.
the temple.
Jerusalem, temple, the temple. It's the temple. It's talking about the temple. You find that in Psalm 48, verse 2. It describes it the same way. Go ahead, Brother Stephen. Read verse 13 again.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
This is Satan want to be God. He wants to be worshipped like Yahweh. So it's always been a competition between Yahweh and Satan, yes.
You say you find in Psalm 42 or 40?
Psalm 48 verse 2. Let's look at that. Now remember now, he said in the sides of the north, right? Psalm 48 and verse 2. It says in verse 1, Great is Yahweh and greatly to be praised in the city of our Elohim, in the mountain of his house. Remember, we just read that. Beautiful situation. The joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king. So this is what Satan, Lucifer, wants to do. Dwell in the sides of the north. Shalom, Elder Mordecai. So it's going to come to pass that he will be worshipped. Lucifer, Satan, they're going to worship him. But that will be doing that one world government. And Satan's going to enter into that second beast that we read in Revelation 13, the two horns of a lamb, and speaks like a dragon. Well, that's that false prophet. And that false prophet, that is who Lucifer, Satan, going to get into, so that he can do those great miracles that deceive the people. And so they'll say, that's God right there. Well, that's what Satan been wanting to do all along, to be worshipped as God. Now, he's already got half the world worshiping him as God already. And then you look at our history book, you see that people worshiped Satan back in them days, but he was in the form of idols, in the form of images that man could see. Well, that would be Satan. So when you talk about Jesus Christ, you see in this picture, that's Satan. But I wouldn't tell a Christian that, especially a black Christian.
Simeon did.
Simeon.
I like Simeon though. Simeon keep both his barrels loaded.
Yeah.
He keep them loaded.
Simeon, man, I try to tell him to not to be so aggressive because we're trying to save the lost sheep. We're trying to find the lost sheep. He running them away. Getting them mad at us. They'll never show up. He mean well. The brother very fervent and passionate about what he's doing, but he's going about it the wrong way. You gotta understand who you're dealing with here. You're dealing with your own people that have been brainwashed for 400 years, and here you come with a brand new doctrine that they never heard that before, and you're aggressive with it, calling Jesus Satan. You don't do that to nobody. You don't do that to a black woman.
A black woman.
A black woman? No, no. It's over. What did he do to that black woman in the wheelchair?
You know, he had his hand on the chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to help her, a sister. And he said, I think, they started talking, he said, you know Jesus is Satan on. She said, get your hand off.
See, you can't do it that way.
I wish I was there.
I know.
I wish I was there seeing that.
Yeah, see, he gonna say that to the wrong person one day. I know he mean well, but let's continue, Brother Stephen.
Man, some of y'all my brother, man.
Yeah, I know, but he's a loose cannon.
Okay.
Let's go to chapter 18, Brother Stephen.
Did you want me to finish off?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
15
Finish
through
off,
17.
chapter 14 and verse
15.
yeah.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?
How can they say that Satan is a man? You can't see Satan.
Right.
So how do they know that it's a man? Well, when he gets thrown into the lake of fire, he's got to be changed. He's got to be changed into a man so he can be tormented forever. So just like when you resurrect from the dead, you got a brand new body. Well, all Satan and his angels got to be transformed into men so that they can suffer. Because you can't make an angel suffer. He's a spirit.
Right.
Right? You can't make Satan suffer because, again, he's a spirit. So he's got to be changed in order for him to suffer. So he's got to be turned into a man. All right? Let's continue, Brother Stephen. Let's go to chapter 16, verse 1 to verse 5.
Isaiah chapter 16, verse 1. Send you the lamb to the ruler of the land from Selah to the wilderness unto the mount of slaughter of Zion, unto the mount of the daughter of Zion, And it shall be that as a wandering bird cast out of the nest, so the daughters of Moab shall be at the fords of Arnon. Take counsel, execute judgment, make thy shadow as the night in the midst of the noonday. Hide the outcast, bewray not him that wandereth. Let mine outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a covert to them from the face of the spoiler. For the extortioner is at an end, the spoiler ceases, the oppressors are consumed out of the land. And in mercy shall the throne be established, and he shall sit upon it in truth in the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking judgment and hasting righteousness.
This is also us, but it's looking at us in a different manner in that some of us will be in Moab and Ammon's land when it's time to get up out of here. So this is telling them to hide them, telling Moab and Ammon to hide them because they're the outcasts of the children of Israel. And here, so this is outside the wilderness experience, right? This is another view of our people being saved. But Moab and Ammon are not in their lands. They are in what they call Palestine. And they're being run out of there. And so the majority of them have been run out and moved into Jordan. That's their land. They even have a city called Ammon to prove that that is Moab and Ammon's land. But then the prophecy said Yahweh was going to kick them out of their own land. Nobody's going to remember them. So that's why we know that those people that call themselves Palestinians, you got some apple juice there, brother. Y'all love that apple juice, brother. Now I got some Kool-Aid. I appreciate Kool-Aid, brother.
It's okay, brother.
So you say it's during the wilderness time? Did this take place? Those is outside of the
It didn't give you a timeline on when that's going to happen, but you got to look at that. It fits within that timeline, of 3.5 years, so that
these ones that won't be in the wilderness.
the thing about that is this won't be the house of Judah. This will be the other tribes that are still scattered that just so happen to be in the land.
Okay.
We already got our time and space where we're going to be going. But these other people here, they're part of the rest of the tribes of Israel that are escaping out of that one world government.
Okay. That beast be breathing down their back, so they're going to hide them, right?
Right,
Okay.
right. People know who we are. And they know that in that one world government, he's going to be making war against the saints. And he's going to overcome them. So that's why he says, hide my outcasts among your people. So I don't know how Moab and Ammon are going to get that land back, but that's sort of the majority of them are. When they get kicked out of Palestine, they run to Jordan. And right now, Jordan getting tired of them themselves. They will equate to us. In fact, they call them sand niggas. Hey, they've heard that. You've heard that. Sand niggas. Nobody respects them just like they don't respect us. Brother Stephen, let's go to Isaiah 18.
Uh-oh.
I want you to listen to these words very carefully and see if you can pick up on what direction this thing is taking it in. All right? It's a very short chapter. It's got 7 verses in it. But it encompasses all our experiences. I don't want to give you too much. I want to see it for yourself. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 18, verse 1. Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, that sendeth ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrushes upon the waters, saying, Go, you swift messengers, to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden down, whose land the river hath spoiled.
Now look at what we just read here. It says, woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Well, that's a long way away. You know what the rivers of Ethiopia are. You know what Ethiopia is. Well, it's sort of like in the northeastern part of Africa. It says, woe to the land shadowed with wings, and that has to be America, because America's symbol is the bald eagle, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, so it's outside of Ethiopia, that sendeth ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrushes upon the waters, saying, Go, you swift messengers, to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden down, whose land the rivers have spoiled. Well, that would be us. But that describes us when we were in the land. Said, Go, you swift messenger, to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from the beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden down, whose land the rivers have spoiled. This is talking about the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, so it's sending them boats to Africa and picking up them slaves. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 18, verse 3. All you inhabitants of the world and dwellers on the earth, see you when he lift up an incense on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye. For so Yahweh said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For the harvest, when the bud is perfect, and the sour grape is ripening in the flower, he shall both cut off the sprigs with pruning hooks and take away and cut down the branches.
Now, this is talking about the destruction of America. Look at the way he got it. See, that's the beautiful thing about Isaiah. He couches his prophecy in symbols and metaphors. It says in verse 5, for afore the harvest, right? When the bud is perfect and the sour grapes is ripening in the flower, he shall both cut off the sprigs with pruning hooks and take away and cut down the branches. He's talking about the destruction of America. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 18, verse 6. They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains and to the beasts of the earth. And the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them.
That will be the total destruction of America. Because we read it also in Isaiah 13, where America is going to be destroyed like he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and nobody will be able to live there. Well, this is saying the same thing, only a little bit differently. It said, they shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains, and to the beasts of the earth, and the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. And when you go back to chapter 13, in verse 17 to verse 22, it says, behold, I will stir up the Russians against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Aryans' excellency shall be as when Elohim overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and the satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses. And the dragons, those are just crocodiles, in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So we see in the same description in verse 6, they shall be left together, chapter 18 and verse 6, they shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains, to the beasts of the earth, and the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. Go ahead, Brother Stafford.
You know, Elder, what made me think about that, when America has to be totally, basically, to the point where no one wants to come back. If you think about it, look at all these data centers coming up. We got over 5,200 data centers in America. You got only about 1,300 in China, 500 in Russia. And those data centers contain a lot of power and water. So it's draining a lot of water. They tapping into that underground water, and then that water that's being filtered back out, that water is tainted. So they putting that water back into the natural water, saying, well, 80% of it is not good, but 20% of it can be reused. But they find that water that they putting back into the rivers and streams and everything is poison.
Yeah.
So now, if you look at that, with these data centers popping up, now you can't grow no farm, you can't grow agricultural. It's going to be hard for drinking water. Then along with a nuclear bomb coming on America, yeah, it's no way.
Are you referring to the AI companies that are setting up?
Yeah.
that they require a whole lot of water.
Yep.
Yeah, so
They-
they're
they-
sucking the water out of the earth, and that's not salt water. I don't think they can use salt water.
No, they can't. No, that's fresh water. They have to use it because it's one that they put, I want to say, in Colorado, and they finding that underground, it's lakes that's bigger than Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario, Lake Erie. They got to go all the way under there. Now, normally, though, they tap into that, and they can use that for the farming,
Right.
but in drinking water. But they using that for those data centers.
They got one here in Georgia too.
Well, they got there's one popping up in Conyers.
Yeah.
There's one popping up, we took the children camping Monday, and that's at the Atlanta Motor Speedway near Hampton.
Yeah.
And when we drove in, I noticed a lot of land was clear. When I got there, long story short, I was talking to the people that run the camp, and they clearing that land right there. That's Henry County. It's a Henry County and Clayton County, both borders it. He said, yeah, they clearing that out because they putting the data centers on one side, then they clearing out the other land, putting Georgia Power on the other side. So we seen Georgia Power trucks and them coming out. And I told them, I said, man, this camp ain't gonna last long. They gonna eventually put eminent domain on it.
Yeah, they're destroying their own self.
Mm-hmm.
When you destroy your water source, how you supposed to survive?
And that, yep.
So money talks. Yeah, somebody makes some money off of this, and once they destroy this country, they gonna move on. But then they'll see how this country was destroyed by setting up those data centers, and nobody's gonna want them. They're gonna be like the third world country. They're gonna be like Africa. No grass. Every time we see a picture of Africa, Africans in Africa, ain't no grass nowhere. It's like a third world country. Yeah. So that's what the Europe and America is gonna end up looking like. Yeah. Let's continue, Brother Stephen. Let's go to,
I need last verse.
okay, I'm sorry.
Isaiah chapter 18, verse 7. In that time shall the present be brought unto Yahweh of hosts of a people scattered and filled, and from a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of Yahweh of hosts, the Mount Zion.
That will be the return of the children of Israel back to their land. So we're talking about the second Exodus here.
Mhm.
In verse 7, it says, in that time shall the present be brought unto Yahweh of hosts of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of Yahweh of hosts, the Mount Zion. So again, you had the first Exodus, you had the first deportation of our people to America. In verse 7, that's the return of the children of Israel back to their land.
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom,
In
man.
verse 6,
Uh-huh.
what words that can we replace summer and winter with? Like, if we want to add, put another word in that place to make it more
And fowl
understandable?
shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. We're talking about those seasonal beasts, where they're the most comfortable, beasts that are comfortable in the summer, and the beasts that are comfortable in the winter. When you're talking about summer upon them, they'll be relaxed because they're summer. They're resting on that. And the beasts that prefer cold weather, they'll be welcome in that land too.
Is this talking about, so it's not talking about, when you say, and the powers of the summer upon them, it ain't talking about destroying
the
or
seasons.
It ain't talking about destroying nothing?
It's already, we spoke about the destruction in the earlier verses.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to see what word would you put instead of summer, what word would you use?
The same thing we read in chapter 13, right? In verse 20, it says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So you compare that with what we just read in when we dealing with summer and winter, well, that's describing it also.
Okay.
You see it?
No.
You don't see it?
No.
Because it's talking about the same beast that would replace people here. Just
Okay.
like in Chernobyl,
Mm-hmm.
no man can stay in Chernobyl more than half an hour, right?
Okay.
So we're talking about the same thing. It's not going to be anybody here, but the beasts of the field.
Mm.
So you look at what beasts like to run around in the winter,
Okay.
and you look at the beasts that like to run around in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So what beasts like to run around in the winter? Wolves, right?
Polar
Antelopes.
bears.
Huh?
The white bears. They call us black bears and stuff, but they call them polar. Why they ain't one called white bears?
Gentile bears. Gentile bears.
See.
Oh, pretty.
I allow some levity in Yahweh's word, just so long you have understanding.
Right.
But when I read it, I was kind of like Brother E-Man. I just thought when they said the fowls shall sum upon them, I just thought that word would just pray. They would just pray upon them, PR, because they're birds that attack people, and that's all I ever thought about that. I didn't think about
Yeah,
it.
want nobody to be here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'd just be a place for animals, the wild beasts of the field.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were right.
Yeah.
Let's go to chapter 19, Brother Stephen, and pick this up in verse 16 to verse 25. You're going to find something quite interesting in these chapters because this is the aftermath of us setting up our world government, the theocracy. Right? Because that's what's going to end up. We're going to end up being a theocracy. It won't be a democracy. It won't be a monarchy. It'll be a theocracy. Right? Just like they say in Saudi Arabia, they call that a theocracy, right? Even though it's not. But that's what we'll be having. That'll be our government, a theocratic government.
I was listening to a guy. He talks about a lot of politics, geopolitics, and he was saying, and I thought about you because he said the best government that ever been established in the world, was a theocracy.
Which one?
Well, he was just saying a theocracy in period.
Oh, just all of them theocracy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we had when we do up in the land. So, but this would be a little bit different.
Right.
Yeah. But we're also talking about a king ruling over all the nations.
And I understood where he was coming from. That's what he was saying. He said when you have that type of government, that type of government setup is least likely to be corrupt.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. I was saying, yeah. So it was
Catholic Church, a prime example.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that they got their own country, but again, it's a theocratic country, smallest country on the earth. That's got a lot of power.
Right.
Yeah. Let's pick this up in Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 16, Brother Stephen.
In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
Mm-hmm.
And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Every one that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he has determined against it. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to Yahweh of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction.
Now it says here in verse 18, in that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan. What is the language of Canaan?
Hebrew.
It's Hebrew. We all spoke Hebrew back in those days, so that was a common language back in the day. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, everybody spoke the same language, which was Hebrew. Okay, it says that and swear to Yahweh of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction. What city would that be? What?
He said Heliopolis.
Heliopolis.
Yeah, I know.
He man said it going out of
Yeah, I
home.
know. He expected me to ask that question.
He man a bad boy.
So, Heliopolis. It's a city in Egypt. Heliopolis. The Heliopolis. That's a Greek word, Greek name of a city that means city of destruction. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 19. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to Yahweh.
Now that's a strange verse, because the altar of Yahweh is supposed to be at the temple in Jerusalem,
That's right.
right? That's what it's all. That's the holy altar. They even got mad at some of the tribes of Israel because they built an altar. We're getting ready to go kill them, and the altar just wasn't meant for sacrifice, just to remind them that we still part of the same family.
They call it Ed then.
Yeah, they call it Ed.
Altar, Ed.
Yeah, I thought it was an English name. That's a Hebrew name.
Ed.
Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 19, I started 19 again. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to Yahweh. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto Yahweh because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. And Yahweh shall be known to Egypt, and the Egyptians shall know Yahweh in that day, and shall do sacrifice and oblation. Yea, they shall vow a vow unto Yahweh and perform it.
Now understand something. The people in the land of Egypt are not these Egyptians here.
Right.
Those are Arabs. Right? They didn't come into that land till 641 AD. The real Egyptians are no longer in Egypt. They call themselves by tribal names now. So I imagine they don't know that they're Egyptians. But we know that Yahweh made a difference between Israel and the Egyptians. Why? Because we look similar to each other. Right? Moshe was misidentified as an Egyptian. Paul was misidentified as an Egyptian. But these are Hebrews. So we look like Africans. That's why black people don't understand you're not African. And the Africans know who we are. And they don't go along with that program about us being African Americans. But we're just reaching for straws. We don't know who we are.
Right.
So we figure, well, we look like them Africans over there. That must mean we are African. No, you gotta dig a little bit deeper and see that you're two different kinds of people. The two different kinds of black people in the earth and two different kinds of white people in the earth. And one of them don't like being called white, and the other don't like being called black. So, but that's what y'all were showing us. But the average black man can't tell the difference. Physically, you can look at an African, and you can see that he doesn't have much facial hair. That's one of the key giveaways as to who these people are. They don't have much facial hair. And so we're supposed to be here in America, not the Africans. The Africans sold us to these white people, but they themselves were never sold. They might have fear in there mixed in with us, but that was the commerce back in those days. Slave trade. That's how the Africans made their money, in the slave trade. As a matter of fact, at one time when we were living in the kingdom of Judah, we were into that slave trade too. Yes, our fathers sold slaves because that was the business diagram back in them days. They based the economy on the slave trade. But once the slave trade ended, look at what you got over there now. That's the result of them no longer being in the slave trade. They don't have any other way to generate a business diagram outside of the slave trade. So they've gone downhill ever since they ended the slave trade, they've gone downhill, and they'll never recover. And then you got these European countries setting up puppet governments in Africa and stealing all their resources. And so they're paying the price for selling us to these white people, and they have never recovered. So what's going to happen is when the Mashiach sets up their kingdom, some of y'all might have to go to Africa to straighten that mess out. You may have to be, well, you're going to be kings anyway.
They will respect him.
No.
He's a light-skinned African. They look up to him. They bow.
You just call me a light skin now.
He's an elder. See, that shows you this brother got the patience of Job. Sit right next to a racist.
That's right.
And that's what you call love. That's what the Mashiach said. Love your enemy.
That's right.
Pray for them.
That's right. And give me some of that light skin.
Let's continue, Steve.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 22. And Yahweh shall smite Egypt. He shall smite and heal it. And they shall return even to Yahweh, and he shall be entreated of them, and shall heal them. And that day shall there be a highway out of Egypt to Assyria, and the Assyrians shall come into Egypt, and the Egyptian into Assyria, and the Egyptians shall serve with the Assyrians. And that day shall Israel be the third with Egypt and with Assyria, even a blessing in the midst of the land, whom Yahweh of hosts shall bless, saying, Blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, mine inheritance.
Well, this is saying that you're going to be scattered in other people's lands. And Egypt will be one of them. And something different about this particular case is, again, Egypt will have an altar sacrifice. And the altar sacrifice is all supposed to be in Jerusalem, in the temple. So this is something new. And you're going to be in Egypt too. So I'm looking at the fact that Egypt is in a location where it's maybe too hard for them to travel to Israel to do sacrifice. You're looking at the holy days that the Egyptians are commanded to keep, like in Zechariah 14. They got to be there on the Feast of Tabernacles, right? So, considering that Jerusalem can only hold so many people, so they may have to do sacrifice in Egypt on that altar there. I'm looking at this is me talking, right? There's got to be a reason why they have an altar in Egypt. And these people have to be in a correct place, like the Assyrians and Egyptians. They got to be in a correct place for this to even come to pass. But who knows who the Assyrians are now? Are they Turkish people? Are they, when you talk about Nineveh, you're talking about Iraq, right? So are they the same people that the book is talking about? Because since this book was written, people have been scattered and migrated to other lands. And other people have come, the Gentiles have come in and taken over those lands.
Well, no doubt. I guess the original people will be returning to their lands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you can even base that on the destruction of America. You got all these ethnicities over here in this land, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, again, everybody's got to leave America.
Mm-hmm.
So that won't, because if they don't, they will be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Brother Stephen, let's go to Isaiah chapter 24.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be, as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of interest, so with the giver of interest to him.
It says in verse 1, Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad in the heavens thereof. So this is something terrible about to come upon the earth. Right? But it still lines up with that one world government. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, and as with the taker of interest, so with the giver of interest to him. So it's going to affect everybody. No matter what stage in life you are, you're going to be affected by this. Go ahead, brother. So let's see what it is that's going to affect you. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 3. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh have spoken this word.
Mm-hmm.
The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
It says in verse 3, the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh has spoken this word. What land is he referring to? Shalom, brother Yohanan. All right. What land is he referring to? Well, let's continue to see what it says. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Now, what people have done this? Because we're talking about Yahweh's law here, aren't we? And it's covenants, right? It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. What's the everlasting covenant? Sabbath. It's a Sabbath day, right? So that has never changed, but they were going to change it to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is why you're having so much trouble in the world, because the world refuses to keep Yahweh's law. And as long as you refuse to keep Yahweh's law, you're in the hands of Satan. Look what happened to Adam and Eve. They lost dominion over the earth. Satan took over, because he tricked them into eating that tree of the knowledge of good and evil when they were commanded not to eat it. That's how Satan works.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Satan rules the world. But in this case here, we have Satan convincing Christians that they don't have to keep Yahweh's law.
Mm-hmm.
And the Christians have convinced Yahweh's people that they don't have to keep Yahweh's law.
Right.
Right. So yeah, they've broken the law, they've broken the everlasting covenant, the transgressed the law. They did all those things against Yahweh, the word of Yahweh.
So this is the Catholic Church? Is this the Catholic Church here?
Not quite. We're going to see who this is. Because it did come from the Catholic Church, changing the ordinances. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper, see who this is referring to. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceases, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceases. They shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
What is the city of confusion? America.
There you go.
That's the city of confusion, yes.
There was something interesting. I had posted this video I saw in Nevada. They had a council meeting, and a Satanist came in and invoked Satan. And right after that, these Democrats, they said, "Let us rise and stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance." This is, I'm seeing the video. I put it on the brother's line. But yeah, right here. This is recently. Invoked Satan.
What was this, in Nevada?
At the city council, some council meeting, and the Satanist came in, said something about hell Satan, And then the guy said, all right, let's stand up and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. And they stood and pledged allegiance. Democrats.
White people.
Yeah. Worshiping Satan wide open.
Yeah, that's they're foolish people.
Yeah.
They thought they had something going on when they established America, but they're corrupting their own country. They want to destroy their own country. So how you gonna let Satan in your country? You know what he about, and you want to. What they do, they run to the Constitution and show that it's a religion we practice it.
Right.
So you can't stop us from practicing worshiping Satan. They can't think of nothing else to block that. Because you're inviting Satan in your country. Why do you think that America's so messed up now? You got them Satan worshipers. You got the Baphomet up in Boston, don't you?
Somewhere around.
In Denver somewhere, they got the Baphomet statue sitting up. That's Satan there. So if you allow that type of worship in your country, yeah, you're supposed to follow. Do you believe that Satanists will set up a worship church in a Muslim country?
No.
No, they wouldn't have that mess. Even though they worship Satan anyway.
Right.
They don't know it. But nevertheless, you're not going to outright say, I worship Satan in a Muslim country. You're not going to do that. Because you wouldn't last an hour.
You know what, Elder Day, one thing about it, you know, I talked to my relatives to know if they ever met her talk. I say, look, these people are doing what Yahweh want them to do. According to Deuteronomy chapter 4, he gave them up to all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had this preacher, he's dead now, right? Charles Stanley out down Peachtree Street. That Gentile say, God's name is Yahweh. But through his sermon, he say the Lord. He know he don't worship Yahweh.
Right.
And that's what I keep trying to tell her. They change the Sabbath day, and you go to Gentiles, say, what's the Sabbath day? He say, well, it begins at Friday night, and it ends on Saturday night. But he has his own God.
Yeah.
See, like Elder say, Gentiles worship Satan knowingly. Jake don't know no better.
No. He's
We
a
don't know no
follower.
better.
He's a follower. He's not a leader.
Like you say, they know what they doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you try to tell, no, you know they don't. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They know they don't worship God of Israel.
I know. No, they worship their own God.
Now look what we're doing today. We're finishing off the Feast of Weeks, right? Tomorrow they're going to be celebrating Memorial Day.
Oh, that tomorrow?
Yeah. Sacrificing to the dead.
I forgot all about these holidays.
I did too. It just ran up on me. I don't even think about them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going to have their little parades. They're going to go out to the cemetery and clean off the graves and cry over people and whatever they do.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Now, Memorial Day, that's glorifying the dead, isn't it?
Yeah. The military dead or whatever, all them folks, you know.
Thank you, Elder. I gotta take off, man. Cut my lawn off.
Go ahead. Sir.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
Mm-hmm.
In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, that shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaming grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh, they shall cry aloud from the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore glorify you, Yahweh, in the fires, even the name of Yahweh Elohim of Israel in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
In verse 19, it says, the earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly. Right? The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. What's he mean by those two verses?
Great tribulation.
Now that'll be the end of the 1,000 years when the earth
Yeah, we're
comes
talking about
in the
those-
lake of fire.
Trumpets and no vows of destruction. Right?
Yeah, I know, but it says here, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. So that would be the end time scenario. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. That'll be. What's going on here, man? I'll never see y'all on this day.
Shall we see us today?
I mean, I was surprised to see E-Man, but damn. I'm glad my guests are here.
I guess.
I guess
You got it told me I was a deacon too.
you might need to take a picture of this stuff.
I would have been here early, but two people decided to leave me behind. We don't worry about being deacon.
Yeah. You know them by the company you keep.
The Elder Cooler was the one that plotted that.
All right, go ahead, Brother Stephen. I wonder who else gonna show up.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
But hold on a second, Steve. It says in verse 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. For who's higher than the kings of the earth?
Angels.
Right.
Right.
So again, we're still talking about judgment here. Right. So it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones, all those angels that sided with Satan. Yeah, they're going into the lake of fire. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
You said 19 and 20 is going to be after the 1,000 years, right?
Yeah. The total destruction of the earth. The whole earth is going to be a great big ball of fire. Well, not ball, but just the lake of fire. Right? So we get that in 2 Peter, and we get that in the book of Revelation. So we get the end time scenario, and also in the parable of the Mashiach in Matthew 13, where a woman asked from leaven until the whole thing was leavened. Well, that would be the end of the earth. That would be that when the earth catches on fire, because everybody would be judged by then. The whole earth would be completely turned over to evil. So that's when everybody's going to be on fire. This place is going to be on fire. Now, how we are going to transfer from here to the new earth is not made clear. All we have is what Joel said, that Yahweh is going to pour his spirit upon all flesh. And they shall prophesy, and they shall sing songs. But that's all the connection we got from the old earth to the end of the 1,000 years to the new earth. How we're going to get there, we don't know. Will it be physically, or will it be spiritually? We don't know. That's one of the mysteries that Yahweh put in here, because who's guaranteed to get that far? So what's the point of you knowing? Right?
I got a question of in verse when it says verse 21 at the end, when it says, and the kings of the
earth upon the earth. He's gonna punish them too. Is this saying that after 1,000 years there are gonna be some kings of the earth that are gonna be destroyed, or would that be before?
It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones and that on high, and the kings of the earth. Upon the earth, that will be during the Mashiach's time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the kingdom of heaven during that 1,000 years. Because you can't have but one king.
Right.
Right? And they got to answer for what they've done to the earth themselves and what they've done to Yahweh's people. Go ahead, Brother Taylor.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 22. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when Yahweh of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion, and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously.
Again, that would be the time of the Mashiach reigning upon this earth. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 25, verse 1. O Yahweh, thou art my Elohim. I will exalt thee. I will praise thy name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Your counsels of old are faithfulness and truth. For thou hast made of a city an heap, of a defense city a ruin, a palace of strangers to be no city. It shall never be built. Therefore shall the strong people glorify thee. The city of the terrible nation shall fear thee. For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shelter from the heat, when the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall. Thou shalt bring down the noise of strangers as the heat in a dry place, even the heat with the shadow of a cloud. The branch of the terrible one shall be brought low. And in this mountain shall Yahweh of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the leaves, of fat things full of marrow, of wines on the leaves well refined. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in victory, and the Adonai Elohim will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from all the earth, for Yahweh have spoken it.
So we're talking about eternal life here, aren't we? Right? It says in verse 7, that he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all the earth, all the nations. So what does he mean by that? This veil is hiding someone or something. Who's this veil hiding? Us. Right? We actually being here from ourselves.
Right.
Because we don't have a clue as to what this book is saying. This book has all the answers, but are they seeking the answers? They didn't even bother asking the question. Where do we come from? Africa ain't working out, so they just giving up as to where they come from. All of a sudden you got these brothers out here calling themselves the Hebrew Israelites, and they are scary people. When you see them out there cussing people out on the sidewalk, and then you got IUIC with about all those hundreds of brothers marching through people's streets. That's a scary sight. Black people ain't really with that, but there's a whole lot of them, and they're international, and they got money. Yeah, so they're doing something. They ain't necessarily right, but they got good game. So their doctrine's not the same as our doctrine, but nevertheless, that is nothing that you should sneeze at. That these are a lot of people, and they're very together. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 25, verse 9. And it shall be said in that day, Lo, this is our God. We have waited for him, and he will save us. This is Yahweh. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. For in this mountain shall the hand of Yahweh rest, And Moab shall be trodden down under him, even as straw is trodden down for the dunghill. And he shall spread forth his hands in the midst of them, as he that swimmeth spreadeth forth his hands to swim. And he shall bring down their pride together with the spoils of their hands. And the fortress of the high fort of thy walls shall he bring down, lay low, and bring to the ground, even to the dust.
Now, again, in this particular chapter, it's talking about eternal life. So you talk about eternal life in what they call the Old Testament, and they talk about eternal life in the New Testament. But I also warn people who desire to read the Apocrypha. One of the reasons I don't advance them reading the Apocrypha, because it doesn't address eternal life. So if this is mentioned in here twice, in the Old and the New Testament, why don't the Apocrypha address it? Why don't they say something about eternal life in the Apocrypha? That's why I tell you, get grounded in this first. This covers more than the Apocrypha does. The Apocrypha, the word Apocrypha means hidden books. And they're not quite sure of the authorship of some of those books in the Apocrypha. So they got some good stories up in there, but nevertheless, does it fit in with this? They don't. That's why I tell people, get grounded in this first. This makes more sense, right? And then for recreational reading, yeah, you can read the Apocrypha. They got some good stories in there, but the only two good books in the Apocrypha is the book of Maccabees, First and Second Maccabees. And that bridges the gap from Malachi, which was during the Persian Empire, to Matthew, which was during the Roman Empire. So you don't have anything written about the Greek Empire and what happened when it was in our people, except for the prophecies, but no real one-on-one with the Greek Empire. So in Malachi, it goes from the Persian Empire to Matthew when you got the Roman Empire. All right, so First and Second Maccabees bridges that gap, because that was when the Hasmonean priests made war against the Greek Empire. Jewish Maccabeans, and so they fought a guerrilla warfare against the Greek Empire, and they won. And they had momentarily independence, to the point where they could make their own money, their own coins. But then the Roman Empire showed up and took over. Said, no, you ain't making that money like that. You're going to make Caesar's money. Caesar name, picture on there. Right. So let's continue, Brother Shepard.
Like America.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Like America.
Yeah. You notice in the American currency, there are no black people on there? Because it wouldn't be worth nothing. They didn't try to put, what's the name?
Sojourner Truth.
Sojourner Truth on a $20 bill?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be worth a 10.
Yeah.
You know it. Don't get mad at me.
We got rid of the penny.
Because we lost our value.
Penny was brown, that's right.
Huh?
He said he got rid of the penny. You know, Trump getting rid of those pennies.
Yeah, because they're brown.
They're brown.
Yeah. It was a dig at Abraham Lincoln, actually. Yeah. It costs too much to make a penny. What's about $2 or $3 to make one penny?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it just makes sense. Economically, it makes sense. Why you spend so much money on one thing that is not even worth you making?
Yeah, and there's land out there in the street. Won't nobody even pick them up?
I do.
Now they do. Now they do. You see people picking up pennies, don't you?
See, y'all still broke.
I stand to be
You ain't gonna
corrected.
never make it in America. Y'all picking up pennies?
You pick up pennies, though.
I didn't know people even pick them up anymore.
Well, when you go up in the grocery store and the cash register, they don't get you any pennies.
No, they give you
You give you
nickels
that
and dimes.
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they quit giving out pennies in some places.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a whole bunch of pennies at the house. So I'm gonna have to do something about them bad boys.
I'll take them.
That's colored people money. Somebody got to have them. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Yehuda. We have a strong city. Salvation will Elohim appoint for walls and bulwarks. Open you the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust you in Yahweh forever, for in Yahweh is everlasting strength. For he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, he left it low even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust. The foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy. The way of the just is uprightness. Thou, most upright, does weigh the path of the just. Yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Yahweh, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to your name and to the remembrance of you. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when your judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh.
Now, we've been over this verse before. Who is this referring to? It's referring to the tares. Remember, you're going to have tares in the kingdom. But initially, they look like wheat. And they act like wheat. But toward the end of the 1,000 years, they'll manifest themselves and show you that they are not of the children of Israel, that they are strangers that look like the children of Israel, act like the children of Israel. But nevertheless, they're going to be manifested. In verse 10, it says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. So these people are going to last all the way to the end of the 1,000 years. Then the angels are going to rip them up out of the kingdom and throw them into the lake of fire. Right? Again, you're going to have, that's why you're going to have death in the kingdom of heaven. Because death and hell will not go away until the great judgment. Satan's going to be on lockdown. But death and hell will still be here, so you can still die in the kingdom of heaven. Even though you can live 1,000 years, you can still die. Yeah.
What's the unjustly the acts they be doing?
In verse 10, it said, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. Well, what's the land of uprightness? The kingdom of heaven, right? So he's going to be creating problems in the kingdom of heaven, right? So that's when he's did it unjustly.
Would you mean like murder or something?
And well, he's going to be judged according to the law. If it's murder, yeah, you got to die. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 11. Yahweh, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yes, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. Yahweh, you will ordain peace for us, for you also have wrought all our works in us. O Yahweh, our Elohim, other masters beside thee have had dominion over us, but by thee only will we make mention of thy name.
Now, I find that particular verse interesting, because at the time that it was written, nobody else ruled over us but our kings.
That's right.
But here it says, O Yahweh, our Elohim, other masters beside thee have had dominion over us, but by thee only will we make mention of thy name. So again, this is prophetic, because it will be a time when other people will rule over us. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 14. They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore hast thou visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast increased the nation, O Yahweh. Thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified. Thou hast removed it far unto all the ends of the earth. Yahweh, in trouble have they visited thee. They poured out a prayer when your chastening was upon them. Like as a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery is in pain and crieth out in her pains, so have we been in thy sight, O Yahweh. We have been with child. We have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. Thou dead men shall live, together with my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing, you that dwell in dust, for thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead.
So again, we're looking at the resurrection, are we here, in that particular verse. In verse 18, it says, we have been with child, we have been in pain, we have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not brought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. Well, what he's saying there is that you're supposed to be taking over the world. But you're also waiting on your deliverer. You're waiting on the Mashiach. He hasn't shown up yet. Right? He's saying a whole lot in that verse. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. For, behold, Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
So again, we're looking at the resurrection, but it says here in verse 20, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. I've heard Hebrew brothers said this is referring to COVID-19.
Sound good, but
No.
I'm saying the unlearned person.
I know, but how you relate COVID-19 to this?
I don't. Can't.
Yeah, so but that's what they went by.
They told you
justify covering their face and staying in the house.
They told you stay in your house.
Yeah.
Hide yourself in your house.
Right.
So they taking advantage of that verse now.
Right.
Two knuckleheads.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're trying to make people think they know something. See, it's COVID-19 in the scripture right here. See. Well, go ahead, brother.
Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1. In that day Yahweh with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
That's an interesting verse. What's he mean by that? It says, in that day Yahweh with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent. And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. What's he mean by that verse? It's a strange verse. What is he talking about? Take his sword and slay the dragon that is in the sea. Leviathan. Who's the serpent, the piercing serpent. Leviathan, the piercing. Who's Leviathan, the piercing serpent that he's going to slay? Who do you think he's referring to?
To Satan.
Yeah, that's Satan. Lucifer. Right? And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. I couldn't get no further than a sea monster with that particular word. So we're gonna just assume it's talking about Lucifer there also, because they're both of them piercing serpent and both of them are dragons. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 27, verse 2. In that day sing you unto her a vineyard of red wine. I, Yahweh, do keep it. I will water it every moment. Lest any hurt it, I will keep it night and day. Fury is not in me. Who would set the briars and thorns against me in battle? I would go through them. I would burn them together.
Mm-hmm.
Or let him take hold of my strength, that he may make peace with me, and he shall make peace with me.
Mm-hmm.
He shall cause them that come of Jacob to take root. Israel shall blossom and bud, and fill the face of the world with fruit.
What kind of fruit are we talking about here? It's going to fill the face of the whole world with fruit. What kind of fruit are we talking about here?
I don't know no particular fruit, but is he gonna be converting the nations?
What's she saying?
Yeah, she said
What?
it's going to be converting the nations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got down here fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah, it has to do with the Mashiach's kingdom.
Yeah.
Right? So if they are not part of the Mashiach's kingdom, then they're going to be destroyed. So we're to convert the nations to worship one God, keep commandments, and bow down to the Mashiach as King of Kings. So that will be your fruit. That same thing here. What are your fruits of the Spirit here? When you bring a sinner to repentance, that will be counted to you as fruits. And it'll cover a multitude of sins. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 27, verse 7. Has he smitten him as he smote those that smote him? Or is he slain according to the slaughter of them that are slain by him? In measure, when it shooteth forth, you will debate with it. He stabbed his rough wind in the day of the east wind.
Mm-hmm.
By this, therefore, shall the iniquity of Jacob be purged. And this is all the fruit to take away his sin. When he maketh all the stones of the altar as chalk stones that are beaten in sunder, the groves and images shall not stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Yet the defenced city shall be desolate, and the habitation forsaken, and left like a wilderness. There shall the calf feed, and there shall he lie down and consume the branches thereof. When the boughs thereof are withered, they shall be broken off. The women come and set them on fire. For it is a people of no understanding. Therefore he that made them will not have mercy on them, and he that formed them will show them no favor.
He's talking about his own people here. And with his own people, he said, what's the point of leaving you alive? You are a people of no understanding. Well, you got about 1 million here in America. People that have no understanding. So why should Yahweh spare them? He made them. But you don't have any understanding, so I'm going to kill you. What does flesh mean to Yahweh? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So he ain't got no problem killing his own people. If he ain't got no problem killing his own people, then he ain't got no problem killing anybody else.
You know, man, you talk about something I was talking about last week to a person. They say Yahweh just don't kill people for nothing. I say, yes, he do. I say, all flesh is as grass. I say, he kill people. And was it a good, when I took that person to 2 Kings about that angel killing them 185,000 men in one night? Well, all those men, they wasn't just sinners. You couldn't say all of them were just rotten people, could you? But
They were soldiers.
Yeah, but Yahweh, he killed them then.
Yeah, in one night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the Mashiach said, then he said something about when the tower of Shalom fell on those men. Do you think all those men were wicked or righteous or whatever?
That was right on my mind, man. That was Luke 13.
Yeah. But Yahweh knows we want to.
Exactly, man. Yeah, that's a good point you made there, bro.
Yeah.
So you better make sure your bases are covered. Because you could be more simple than those people, but those people died.
But I tried to tell this person, I say it's been some cases. It was a case where people were sitting down at the dinner table. They just sitting there, and next thing they look around, their family member was dead.
What killed them?
That's what I'm saying. Yahweh took them out.
Oh.
I mean, he just took that person's life then.
Yeah. Yahweh don't care about flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's flesh the spirit.
Okay, I got that from you. I got that verified. Like I told him, Yahweh does what he wants to when he wants to.
Right.
Yeah.
Who has stood in his counsel, told him what to do. Yeah. So you're right about that. Go ahead, brother.
Then they killed, the whole family got killed when they took the blemished garment?
The what now?
When they took the garment, when they weren't supposed to take the garment
Talking about Achan?
Yeah, the whole family got killed.
Achan.
Oh, Achan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't do
What did the
nothing.
children do?
Right.
What did the animals do?
I'm sure they're catching that.
Right? He killed the animals. Animals didn't steal nothing. Animals don't steal. Except them monkeys, they steal.
Monkey.
And they know they steal it too. Go ahead, brother Seven.
Isaiah chapter 27, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall beat off from the channel of the river unto the stream of Egypt, and you shall be gathered one by one, O you children of Israel. And it shall come to pass in that day that the great trumpet shall be blown, and they shall come, which were ready to perish in the land of Assyria, and the outcasts in the land of Egypt, and shall worship Yahweh in the holy mount at Jerusalem.
Again, this is the regathering of all the children of Israel back into their land and pick up what their fathers left off. Worshiping Yahweh, keeping the commandments, blowing the shofar, keeping the feast days. So that's Yahweh saying that he's showing us that we're going to gather his people back into the land and start keeping his law again. Go ahead, brother Seven.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 1. Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, Yahweh have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
Mm-hmm.
The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim, shall be trodden under feet, and the glorious beauty which is on the head of the fat valley shall be a fading flower, and as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he that looketh upon it seeth, while it is yet in his hand, he eateth it up.
Mm-hmm.
In that day shall Yahweh of hosts be for a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people, and for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. But they also have erred through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
Now, he's talking about Ephraim, right? He's talking about the northern kingdom, Samaria, right? So you see, he's saying that, verse 7, but they also have erred through wine and through and strong drink, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through the strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. Well, you can look at the black church the same way. Because they have strong drink.
Mm-hmm.
And that strong drink is Christianity.
That's right.
And when you see how they react to the God of Christian, Jesus, look how black women act. They act like they've been drinking all night long. No, you seen them. They get that Holy Ghost, brother. You better get out the way. Because She lost her mind. She ain't thinking. She ain't looking at nobody. She's just having a good time with Jesus. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. But precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people.
So it's not necessary for you to speak Hebrew. This is the stammering lips and another tongue he's referring to. English. English is not a pure language. Hebrew is a pure language, right? And I always like to quote this because people wonder how you know so much, or people may ask you about how do you know this. It says here a little and there a little. You're not going to get it at one sitting. Not this book here. This book wasn't written by you. May get understand a book in one sitting when white folks made it, but white folks didn't write this book.
Nah.
They don't think this way, right? So black people are suspicious of this Bible because they think white folk made it. No, they didn't. White people don't think this way. And to prove that, ask them what other book have they written that's similar to this one. They haven't.
Right.
They didn't write this book. This is another people that wrote this book. All they did was translate it. And they translated to favor them. Yeah, so they did a good job, but Yahweh put it in the hands of pagans, so they do what pagans do, trying to make the book more about them than what the book is really about. But when you read the whole book, yeah, you can't say, and I was thinking about this morning as I was coming in, you can't say that the Bible is a religious book. The Bible is a history book. But no one reads it as a history book. So Yahweh had mercy upon us and showed us, yeah, it's a history book. Read it from the beginning. When it says in the beginning, start there. And I'll go all the way to where it says it is done. That's the whole book. From cover to cover. What's the book about then? It's about Yahweh and the children of Israel.
That's right.
Whole book. Cover to cover. So how are you going to squeeze Judaism in there? And how are you going to squeeze Christianity in here? And nobody in here is practicing Christianity. So, again, we have to look at that and see that the world been deceived for a very, very long time. All because of religion. That's why one of the reasons why the world hadn't had any peace is because of religion. Look at the Muslims. They'll blow you up just by looking at you. They kidnap people in the name of Allah. Right? They kill people in the name of Allah. So that's their religion. That's what they believe, and they'll die for their religion. I ain't seen a Christian strap a bomb around the neck and blow themselves up. Yes, sir.
I asked a black Muslim when he gonna strap a bomb on and blow himself up. He said the people that doing that aren't real Muslims.
Oh, really?
I said, how you gonna say them folks not real?
That's in the Quran, man.
Good point.
No, you asked your brother.
I asked a black Muslim.
First of all, that one no real Muslim. He was talking about himself. Ain't no such thing as a black Muslim. The real Muslims were Arabs. Right?
Right.
So you want to come down on the Arabs that taught you Islam. Now, quit playing them games, Negroes. Brother Stephen, let's go to chapter 29 and read start at verse 9. And we're going to see why white people can't understand this book. Yeah.
Said religion is one of the reasons why you have no peace on the earth.
Right.
Women too.
Women? Women's, there's no peace in the earth?
Yeah.
Religion,
The reason why there's no peace in the earth is because of women?
religion and black women.
Religion and black women?
Religion and women, yeah.
He said women, he didn't say black women.
They
Can you prove that?
huh?
Can you prove that women are the reason there's no peace in the earth?
A lot of wars been fought over.
Yes.
Yeah, name one.
Time up.
I get with you.
A lot of jail,
Huh?
Bill.
I can see where he coming from with
Georgia State.
Well, wars have been fought because of a woman.
not wars, but I can see why he could say it's not peace, especially in this country because of the power that women have. And like we always say, not Hebrew women, but black women, white women can call law on their husband. They can cause them to lose stuff that they work for.
But, I mean,
There's no peace.
I mean, yeah, but that's ministry. That's not worldwide.
Yeah, I know it. No, I know it.
Now, I could advance your argument by quoting what happened when the seventh seal was opened.
There was silence.
Hmm?
There was silence in heaven for 30
For a
years.
half an hour.
Half an hour.
Why?
Heaven was silent.
Why?
See?
Why?
Was
Come
no
on,
women.
Ellen. Come on. We ain't gonna say it. Why?
Yeah. Again, I advance your argument that women take peace from earth.
He ain't gonna say it. He ain't gonna say it, bro.
So I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, no, yeah, I didn't hear you. There was no women in heaven.
There were no women that got up there.
Yes, yeah.
There were no women in heaven. It was silent for
That's
30
right.
minutes.
For half an hour though. Let's go ahead and wrap this up right there.
Where we at, bro?
This is in Isaiah 29, verse 9 through verse 24.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry you out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. But Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, has he covered. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he says, I am not learned.
Now that is why white people can't read the Bible. That's why Christians cannot read the Bible. Because it's sealed to them. Yahweh sealed it up to them. He only opened up that book to his people. So what they're doing is practicing their religion. Because they can't open up the book and understand what it's saying. And if they did, they knew it wasn't talking about them. See, they're trying to exalt themselves above all the nations of the people, make people think that this is a Christian Bible. No, it's not. It's a history book about Yahweh and our people. But again, black people don't want to hear that because it takes away the glory of the white man, God, Jesus.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Steph.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13. Wherefore Yahweh said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men, therefore behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. But shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
In verse 15, he says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? That's those secret organizations planning on this one world government.
Mm-hmm.
They act like Yahweh don't see them. They think that they're putting all this distraction, I mentioned this yesterday, all this distraction out here to keep people's mind on other things while they're doing stuff in the background. For instance, they're telling you now that they got space aliens that they're going to reveal to the whole world. Why now? And what's so important about space aliens?
We're not gonna see them.
Why not?
White people don't. Somebody seen UFOs and all that stuff. We never see those people. Never see those beings they talk about.
Oh, you talking about the aliens that kidnap don't number white people?
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Elder. Now you said they are planning the one world order. You know, people like Bill Gates and all those people don't want but so many people on there. They're doing this and they don't think Yahweh see them, but actually Yahweh is the one putting them up to do it, right?
Yeah.
They really just
No, Yahweh's allowing them to do it because they doing what Satan wanted them to do.
He can't be tempted with evil. I got that, yeah.
Right. So yeah, he's allowing them to do that. That's why it says, "Woe unto him, to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh."
Mm-hmm.
You see everything you do it.
Right.
You flesh. How you gonna hide something from something like that? That's like Jonah trying to get away from Yahweh. Yahweh told him, "I want you to go to Nineveh and prophesy to Nineveh." And Jonah said, "I don't think so. I'm getting on a Spanish boat and getting the hell off. Yahweh can't find me." Really? Did you have something?
Yeah, I was just gonna add what you're saying about another reason why they're doing it. Now they're so-called creating a space infrastructure. So Elon Musk next month is opening this company called SpaceX. It's gonna be the largest IPO. It's gonna be like $1.7 trillion. But this is so-called, now they're getting off into space infrastructure. All these rockets, so they're putting satellites. They talking about, they going a step further with the lie, and now they got companies as a mass that is putting this out there to the public to make all of this seem real. So people are putting money into these companies, so they going a lot further than going to space now. Now they talking about they gonna be able to live up there. They monitor what's going on up there. They gonna build. They gonna grow weed up there. They saying they saying it's a better strain of herb. You can grow from up there. It's better marijuana because of the air, whatever they were saying. It's better. The drugs are gonna be cheaper to make. This is what they saying.
What's the address?
Exactly.
Loosen up there.
You know I'm Jay, bro. Yeah.
He'll drop you off and leave.
Boy, Elder Yaakov might be around with you.
Yeah. He'll leave us in a minute, man. Let's go ahead and finish this up, Brother Stephen.
All right.
Verse 17.
Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. The meek also shall increase their joy in Yahweh, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorn is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore thus saith Yahweh, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. But when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the Elohim of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine.
In verse 23, but when he, Jacob, seeth his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the Elohim of Israel. That's us. That's us. Right? We are the children of Jacob, and we are the work of Yahweh's hands. So we sanctify Yahweh from thousands of years ago. And praise Yah, he preserved that, because we see where we come from. All 12 boys, all the 12 boys of Jacob want to kill their own brother. So, but that's where we come from. I'm going to stop right here and open the floor up for questions. Does anyone have any questions before we dismiss? Yes.
You know, in chapter number 19, when it's talking, verse
And chapter 29?
chapter 19.
Oh, chapter 19?
Yes, sir. In verse number 18, when it's talking about the language of Canaan.
What is that language?
Yes. I mean, I know you say it's Hebrew, right?
Mhm.
But what language? I mean, so why are they calling it Canaan?
Because they were speaking Hebrew before we became a nation.
So was the Canaanites?
Yeah.
They were speaking Hebrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's a new one for
Like English, it was a common language back in the day.
Oh, Hebrew was.
Yeah.
It's a common language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to remember now, when he split up the kingdom, the nations in Genesis chapter 11, right? They couldn't understand each other.
Right.
But it was one of those brothers that could continue to speak Hebrew. That was Eber.
Yes, sir.
And Eber continued on all the way down to Abraham. So they were still speaking Hebrew, but then we got to look at the Canaanites that were spread all over the country too, because Yahweh said, I'm going to give you that land. Right? So they did speak Hebrew also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got a question about that. So, I've heard about, for like last maybe 20, 30 years, there's a place in, I don't know if it's New Mexico or something that got some type of Hebrew writing. And could that have been how that stuff got there? Because everybody was speaking Hebrew at one time. We don't know how people was probably been spread out. Because we know them same people that migrated, they've been over here for thousands of years. So it could have been, I'm just asking, that seems more probable to me as if there's Hebrew over there that the world was speaking it, regardless of what people that wrote it. It don't mean that we had to be over there in New Mexico writing something like brother's trying to say.
Now let me ask you, where is this writing at? In the church?
No,
in
it's in like a
period?
mountain somewhere. It's outside. It's in New Mexico. I gotta find out where it is.
Okay.
But it's outside.
All right.
Like it's engraved on some type of mountain stone.
What type of Hebrew was it? Paleo Hebrew?
I don't want to guess at it. Let me look at it and try to find out what it is. But that's what brother tried to refer to. See, we got Hebrew. We was over here speaking Hebrew, but the world was speaking it.
Yeah.
That don't mean we wrote that over here.
Right. Does it say what it is saying?
In the minutes I look, I'm gonna have to get back with you on it.
Okay.
See if I can find it.
All right. Did you have something, man?
You answered it for me.
Are there any more questions, comments? Y'all been mighty quiet over there. What's going on? I'm usually zeroed in on y'all.
Oh,
Yes,
they
dear.
did tell me something, cause I went out there and told them what y'all was saying about, what the question you asked, what, war was fighting over, like they fought for women over or whatever. They said Helen of Troy. But I told her I only know Helen of Troy from, driving trucks, cause they got warehouses called that.
Did you say Helen of Troy?
Yeah, that's what she told me.
That's where the war started over her.
Oh,
Troy came in and stole what's her name's wife.
but did she start the war?
In all,
It was fighting over her.
Yeah.
That's I believe somebody took Helen of Troy,
Yeah.
right, and they came up with this Trojan horse,
Exactly.
right,
It is
and
a horse on
going in to rescue Helen of Troy, but she was the object of the people's desire, but she didn't start the war,
No.
Oh, okay.
right? They were trying to get her back in town.
Yeah, he wanted to kill her.
Now, you got to consider also Cleopatra.
Another one.
She was a pharaoh,
Yes, sir. Another one.
right? And she got Mark Antony to fight against his own people, the Romans.
Oh, okay, so you mean like some woman that actually started a war?
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Because remember that we're talking about the Roman
It was
Empire,
like somebody that
right?
started
And Egypt was one of the provinces of the Roman Empire, just like Israel was, Judea was. So the people in Egypt were part of the Roman Empire. So when, for instance, when the Greek Empire came in on Egypt, when they sat on the throne ruling Egypt, these were Gentiles, but they were called pharaohs also. And so we advanced on to the Roman Empire, and when the Roman Empire took over Egypt, they were called pharaohs also. Well, they were called, yeah, I'll say pharaoh, but it wasn't like set up like it was in the Greek Empire because Caesar ran everything. So Caesar ran Egypt and all the rest of those other countries over there. So and the day of Pentecost, like we celebrated the other night, last night, in the Feast of Weeks, people come from all over the Roman Empire, and most of them did not know how to speak Hebrew anymore. But when they heard the disciples, the apostles speaking about the great works of Yahweh in their own language, they wanted to say, how is this possible? Right? And Peter stood up and said, this is what was written in Joel. Right? So he said Yahweh can pour his spirit out on all flesh. So we're looking at the connection between the end of the 1,000 years and our traveling to that new earth, if we travel. Are there any more questions?
Yes, sir. Elder, it's talking about the altar being set up in Egypt, right?
What now?
The altar being set up in Egypt.
Yeah, the altar in Egypt. Yeah,
Right.
they're going to make it sacrifices there.
Yes, sir. So why would it be Egypt when it's, it's close to Israel? And like, everybody got to come to the tabernacle, right? So there's nations further from Israel than Egypt. So why would
Well, it depends on what the sacrifices are for. Right? So it could be just for sin sacrifices, peace offerings, any type of sacrifice that doesn't include the holy days. And you got to make your appearance on the tabernacle. Men have to be there to make their appearance in Jerusalem. It didn't tell them that they had to come to the other holy days. It's just a Feast of Tabernacles.
Okay, then.
Right.
I can understand that.
Uh-huh.
All right. So it's not like they got to be at all the holy days.
No, because first of all, some of you will be living in Egypt. And some of you will be living in other people's countries.
So in those holy days, if we live in those other countries, would be allowed to keep Yahweh's holy days in those lands?
Depends on who's left, because once America is destroyed, you can't go back here anymore. Right. So all you're going to have are the people that are around the Mediterranean Sea and eastward. So you might be talking about China, even Russia, and all those lands that's east of the Jordan River. They're going to be the ones left. But outside of Egypt, outside of Africa, there ain't going to be nothing left. So there's not going to be as many people in the world that you have now. So we're looking at, what, 8 billion people? There ain't going to be that many when the share gets through. Right. But again, we'll be dwelling in other people's land, but when it comes to certain holy days, you being king in their land, you'll be the one that will be telling them how you celebrate that holy day. How many of y'all can go up to Jerusalem? Because Jerusalem, taking
off earlier.
Huh?
Lay down my knee.
You got a date?
A date?
You in a rush?
No, I gotta get off my knee.
Get off your knee?
Yeah, surgery last Tuesday. It's been bothering me for about 4 days. So.
All right.
I gotta lay down.
I thought it might have been Steve.
Oh no, me and Steve good.
Now, you can get on your last nerve.
Well, that's what them boys do.
Oh man, he called you a boy, Steve.
Well, he's a Gentile. He got the right to do that.
No, seriously, I gotta lay down. I gotta stay off of it.
I expect not less.
Put an ice pack on it.
Yes, she gave me some package last night. Some eucalyptus package.
Okay, shalom, Master.
Thank you.
The elder one, he the one pushed that. I didn't know it was him.
Does anyone else have any questions?
I checked it out. It was it's a condensed version of the Ten Commandments in Paleo. But I did see Ohio State University said it's Paleo, but it's mixed in. They got some Greek inscriptions in it, which don't make sense if it's in Paleo. How would you be writing Greek? So it could be questionable. I mean, who knows? Because you know, we got people that create the dinosaur thing. Who knows what the agenda they have? They go out there and write that stuff themselves. And I don't know, but if it got Greek in it, how do you qualify Greek and Paleo being on the scene at the same time? Greek wasn't around, right? The Greek language?
No,
Yeah.
Macedonia might have been around, but did their language spread to the rest of the world at that time? No.
Yeah,
But let me put it like this. The English that we speak is not the same English that it started out as.
Right.
They have Old English, and they have Middle English, and they have the English that we speak.
Right.
Now, have you ever heard of the book called Beowulf?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, that was written in Middle English. But we don't know what Old English sounded like, or what it was written like. But you got 3 phases of English, and that phase we're reading now, that's the last phase. And after a while, that's gonna fade away, and you're gonna be speaking Hebrew. But with stammering lips and another tongue, said he would speak to these people. And that's what we've been doing.
So we will go back to speaking
Hebrew, yeah.
I got a different kind of question. Do our prayers save people, or do Yahweh really save people?
Who?
Like anybody?
Yahweh saves people.
Okay, so like praying for people don't really save them.
Trans people.
Not praying for
Praying.
people, just praying for people save them.
Can friends of people save
Now,
them?
he said, if you pray for a person, can that save that person?
Can they save them?
Can that, your prayer?
Can that prayer save that person? Well, the only example I have of that is the servant of Abraham that prayed to Yahweh to show him a wife for his son Isaac. And Yahweh showed it to him. The angel showed it to him. So in that case, praying on behalf of someone, Yahweh answered the prayer. Now, we don't know who that servant that Abraham sent was that, did he worship Yahweh? But he prayed on behalf of his master to his God to show him a wife for his son Isaac. Right? Yahweh did not speak to that servant. Abraham spoke to that servant. The servant didn't know what to do. He just told Yahweh, I'm doing this for my master Abraham. I need you to show me a wife, because he didn't know what to see. Show him a wife for his son Isaac. And Yahweh showed it to him. Now, we can pray for people. Say, for instance, they're in a bad shape and they make a recovery, right? Don't tell them you're praying for them. Don't tell them that. You can pray for them, but don't tell them you're praying for them. You know why?
So they don't blaspheme, right?
Then they give the glory to Jesus. Yeah, and you don't want that. Because Yahweh, he like that glory too. So don't tell them you're praying for them. Okay?
They'll still be in just as much trouble if Yahweh heal them and they start to worship Jay-Z with that.
Yeah, that's why I say don't tell them. Don't tell them that you're praying on their behalf to Yahweh that he heal them. Don't tell them that. Because they ain't got no damn sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But can you tell them you gonna like tell Yahweh on them if they doing something bad?
Yeah, you can tell them that. Hey, you tell them what the book says. Right? The Bible says that what you're doing is wrong. What you're gonna do. Right? That's about all far you can take that.
Yeah, you know, Elder, like I say, you have to be careful when you pray for people.
Right.
Cause we had a brother, remember Cephas?
Yeah.
Tall brother, we prayed, that brother was on dialysis, just trying to pray for him. He got himself straightened out. And I think he left the camp, and last time we heard, that brother was dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just walked away.
Yeah.
He His creator heard our prayers for him.
And I was taking dialysis twice a week.
Yeah, but he eventually went. You don't hear about people coming off dialysis that often. That don't happen.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, Yahweh saw fit to take him off dialysis,
Mm-hmm.
and he turned his back on his creator.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Any other questions? All right, let's see what's on chat. I have Susie Garman on, I don't know what this is. Do you have Susie Garman? Is that YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a different color. Shalom, Susie Garman. Shalom, Elder Tobias. Shalom, Lonely Red Wolf. Shalom, Brother Abraham. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu. Hope you're feeling better, my brother. Shalom, Elder Mick. Shalom, Valerie Valleypool. Thank you for the invite from Nebraska. Shalom, praise you. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Y'all forgive me for that. Shabbat Shalom. Elder Hayam and Mother Malaka. Shabbat Shalom, repentant Judah. Shabbat Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Mick Anderson. Shabbat Shalom, Clarence Marks and Sister Yudita. Shabbat Shalom, Wanda M. Shelton. Shabbat Shalom, Gregory Rucker. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Rachel by Israel. Shalom, Sister Naraya. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Mariah. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Haldaya. Shabbat Shalom, Mike Pennington. I think that's Meshach, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, Morning Crisp. Shabbat Shalom, Elder Tobiah. Shabbat Shalom, Shamayan Yasharala Elder. Shabbat Shalom, Kimberly Israel. Shabbat Shalom, 21 Lorenzo Eel.
You know who that is, right?
No. Who that?
What's his name? He came and got baptized. Him and his wife got a little boy. What's his name?
You think of it.
Yeah.
Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Kevin. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Yaakov. Shabbat Shalom, Mother Ruth. Shabbat Shalom, The Line. Shabbat Shalom, Elwin. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Adrian Davis. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Elijah Nayambe. I hope I pronounced that right. He's from Kenya. Praise Yah. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Kevin Birch. Shalom, Elder and brothers and sisters. What was it just read about the wheat and the tare? If these people is a sin that was never repented, for they seem as wheat, but they're really tare. That's T-A-R-E, not T-E-A-R. They were allowed to enter into the kingdom of heaven. We talk about the kingdom of heaven here. So just because it's the kingdom of heaven doesn't mean sin is not going to occur. You're still going to have sin in the world. Why? Because you got death and hell still on hand. So you got, when it's time for you to die, you will die. El Wynn said we didn't have any audio.
That was on her hand.
You got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Asa. That's what I was trying to think of.
Who?
Asa.
Asa?
Yeah.
Our Asa? Oh.
Asa. Yeah, our Asa.
I got two Asas. You got Asa used to be here, real bright skinned brother.
Not him.
Okay, you got the other Asa that been texting us.
Remember Asa?
He from Texas.
No, this one here lives in Atlanta. He used to come, him, his wife, and his mother-in-law, and the little baby. He had a baby.
You remember them, Steve?
Asa, he was probably been.
Are you talking about the one that had the light complexion wife?
I can't remember the complexion, but Asa one, but well, during COVID, he kept on asking all the questions, trying to keep you online.
Yeah, that's Asa. He ain't never been here.
He been here. He got baptized.
Yeah, he got baptized?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did get baptized.
He got baptized.
Okay, well, pray, y'all forgive me better, Asa. Yeah, we call ourselves El Win now. Is that?
Yeah, that's what.
We're trying to be undercover.
I guess.
You may want to restart your system. Sound coming through. You sent that to him. Okay. Brother Kevin Birch, Starman, sister. I have one more question, Elder. Wait a minute, let me get to the last question. Yeah, that'll be those people that get into the kingdom, and they themselves don't even know that they're terrorists, and they're going to be ripped out of the kingdom at the end of the 1,000 years, because then they'll realize they're terrorists. I have one more question, Elder, and this is the last question. Isaiah 27 verse 12, that Elder Steve just read about. He will gather one by one, O you children, Israel. Do they have anything to do when he say he will gather one from a city and two from a family? They say the same thing. It's a remnant that's got to be gathered together. So yeah, it's saying the same thing. In Jeremiah chapter 3, in Isaiah 27 and verse 12, it's saying the same thing. Only a remnant that's going to return back into the land. Shabbat Shalom, Valerie 4. Thank you, Elder Priest, yourself, and reader Elder Stephen, for this ear-opening, mind-clearing message coming to me in Nebraska. Praise God. Shabbat Shalom, Elijah Nyambi. Totally a good day for me learning. Praise God. Shabbat Shalom, Terry Outlaw. Do you have an affiliation in Charlotte, North Carolina? We used to. I'm pretty sure you're referring to the New Covenant congregation up in Charlotte. Yeah, we started them out, but we broke apart. They kept the name, we kept our name. So yeah, that we used to. We used to have a relationship or affiliation with them, because we actually started them out. Because their teacher came to us, and we taught the teacher, because he wanted to start a congregation up in North Carolina. So we taught him, and so he decided he didn't need us anymore. So
He's being real blunt. He said he didn't.
Was he Jehovah's Witness? When he
yeah, he used to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Aria.
Yeah. Yeah, Brother Terry, we used to have one up in there. Shabbat Shalom, praise God, out of Hayim. Shalom, Melinda Curry. Shabbat Shalom, Melinda Curry. Shabbat Shalom, Melanie A. Harris. Thank you for the brief explanation and comment on the Maccabees and the other manuscripts. Why are you all so hard on the woman?
I ain't heard nothing.
What's that hard on that?
I ain't heard nothing about that.
No, they don't know the separation when you talking about the black woman and the Hebrew woman.
No, you misunderstand me. I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about just black women. Hebrew women are not black. Right? So there's a difference between a Hebrew woman and a black woman. That's my point in making the difference between a black woman and a Hebrew woman. A Hebrew woman, like most of the time, like Sarah, Abraham's wife. Very humble, not loud, don't walk around with the butts hanging out, and lipstick and eyelashes out 100 feet. And you don't see Hebrew women fighting in the street. And you don't see Hebrew women fighting the police. But you will see a black woman fight the police and cuss them out. That's the difference. So if you're Hebrew, then you have my respect. But I'm not hard on all women, just the black ones.
The black ones.
Shabbat Shalom, morning, Chris. Isaiah 24:16. What does my leanness please explain the meaning, my leanness. I said, he's lamenting the things that people are doing to him. So how, he's saying how this is affecting me emotionally, that they are taking advantage of me, right? Let's see, what did it say? Isaiah, what, 24?
4:16.
And verse 16, from the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory in the righteousness. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Well, it explains why he says my leanness. Because of the treacherous dealers. So I hope they help you out, morning, Chris. Shabbat Shalom. Kimberly, Israel. Elder, could the gates that have the 12 tribe names on each gate be a way that people will get to the new earth? By that time, you will know who you are. You will know what tribe you come from. So she's saying on each gate will be a way that people will get to the new earth. Well, first of all, new earth, heaven and new earth has to be created, and then the new city of Jerusalem has to come out of that new heaven. Right? So the transfer would already have occurred, so that we still do not have the mechanism of how the transfer occurred, but you have to be there when the new city of Jerusalem comes down from heaven. Right? So it's still a mystery, my sister Kimberly. But good question. Let's see here. We don't know how we're gonna get from this earth to next. And really, to be frank with you, you shouldn't be even thinking about that. To be honest with you, you better hope you wake up tomorrow morning.
That's right.
Yeah, you got bigger things to worry about than how you get from this earth to the other earth. Just pray Yahweh have mercy upon you that you do wake up in the morning. Because nobody knows what tomorrow is going to bring.
That's right.
Right? So just be thankful that you woke up. Yeah. So let's worry about those small things first. Don't worry about the big things. Shalom, brother. Shabbat Shalom, brother Obi. Shabbat Shalom, lovely. May aim my heart. Okay. More success. I'm going to stop right here. YouTube, Facebook.
Well,
Yeah.
ask you one more question. You were saying just earlier that the tares, they won't even know that they tares. Why wouldn't they? I mean,
Because it takes tares a while to grow up. Because we were talking about when tares are small,
right,
they are no different than wheat.
right,
They look like wheat,
right,
right? But as time go on, they resort to what they really are. And they're tares. They're people that shouldn't be there in the kingdom in the first place.
But when that individual, when
Just looking at them?
I mean, no, him looking at him own self.
Oh, no.
He know,
The way he carries himself, like what we just read in Isaiah, when it said, the wicked will not behold the majesty of Yahweh.
yes.
Right, but those will be the tares.
But
They're going to be the ones causing trouble in the kingdom.
When he know within himself,
Yeah.
that he's a tear.
It ain't going to matter to him no more.
Okay, yeah, that's why. 'Cause it
He's
just
going
don't
to
matter.
resort to his natural self. Whatever what he is naturally, that's how he's going to carry himself.
Okay. Okay. Praise God.
Okay.
So would that be the same thing as saying all Israel is not, all Hebrews, all Israel is not Israel,
Yeah, you can say that.
right?
Not all Israel are of Israel. You might be a Hebrew,
Right,
or you might be of Yaakov, but that doesn't guarantee you
true,
that you're an Israelite.
true. So that would be like what that.
So it's more of a spiritual thing then
Right,
than a physical thing.
right, right.
Man.
Yeah.
So Judas is scary because he didn't He didn't start out thinking he was gonna be the one that betrayed the Mashiach, did he?
Who, Judas Iscariot?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
that-
You don't know.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
praise God.
Did you have your hand up there?
Can you kill terrorists, to protect babies?
Terrorists protect babies?
Can you kill people to protect babies?
Can you kill people to protect babies?
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
like Yahweh, you can.
It ain't gonna be. You wouldn't call that murder. You call that defense. It's what we got in our law. If you catch somebody in your house and it's dark, it's all right to kill them.
Wait, he said it's all right.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you know they like abusing a child or whatever.
What now?
Child pedophile.
Like
Oh,
no,
child
no,
pe-
it don't even have to be pedophilia. It could be just like normal physical abuse.
Oh, okay.
But is it being by the parents?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't got no business in that. That's them. That's their family.
But if it's your grandchild.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody keeps saying that because I looked at it like, okay, if a person get locked up in jail, the government doesn't have a reason to abuse them. You see what I'm saying? Just because he's an inmate. So I don't think a parent has the right to just abuse a child because it's your child. Like you just gonna whoop the baby because it's your baby. I don't think that's right. And I've been praying to Yahweh since December of last year about this situation.
This is some in your family?
Oh, yes, sir.
Why you say so?
Well, it's my granddaughter, because I wanted to be a hypothetical question opposed to like us really putting our feelings into it. You see what I'm saying?
What does your daughter say about that?
She don't say nothing. She about to do, I wrote a letter, I let she and read it, and I wrote this while we were doing class yesterday, and I said I was just gonna give it to you, but he said I need help before I go to the lake of fire or before I go to jail.
Well, if she rejects your help, ain't nothing you can do.
No. She's not rejecting my help. She's in so many words, she extorts me. So she'll call and say she need X amount of dollars. And then I'll say, well, I'll give you the money, but you know I want to see the baby. So we'll play that back and forth game. I give you hundreds of dollars just to see my grandbaby for maybe a day and a half, 2 days at the most. And I've been fending for this baby. We've been fending for this baby ever since she was in the womb and it came out the womb. Now you only keep her away from me because I said, I'm not giving you any more money to drink alcohol because it is destroying your brain. You can't remember from 2 days ago where you getting alcohol poisoning. You know what I'm saying? I'm your mother. I'm just trying to help you out. And plus you neglect my grandbaby in this whole process. You know, and I've been trying it very hard, you know, but I just got a call before I came down here to where, yeah, you losing your mind just a little bit too much to where I've been waiting for Yahweh, but it's only so much I can wait because I'm a overthinker. So I just got over crying when I drive my 18-wheeler. So I drive from Memphis to Missouri and I cry there and halfway back.
My policy is this. Just like I don't get involved with people's marriages when they come to me about the problems with the marriage, I don't get involved, and I don't get involved in family issues. That's something that y'all got to work out yourself. All right, I can't give you any advice when I don't have any experience to give you that type of advice. So that's something that you're going to work out. You and Yahweh, y'all got to work that out. And if Yahweh does not work it out the way you want to work it out, that's when you're going to ask yourself, what should I do next?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking myself now.
Well, I appreciate the question, but I'm not going there.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's just, that's why I used it hypothetically.
That ain't gonna work either. She's nigga slick.
That's a bad situation for that sister to be in, though.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here, because these people listen to everything we say.
You got one more question.
Oh, man. Can Edomites be saved? Nope. Nope, they cannot be saved. Go and read Obadiah. And it'll tell you that none of the seed of Esau will remain. Yahweh got a perpetual hatred of Esau. So no, sick and tired of slavery, Shabbat Shalom, but no, Edomites cannot be saved. Right? Because Yahweh seemed, I understand something, Yahweh hated Esau from the womb. So he ain't got a chance at this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Join us for our third day history class Tuesday at the same at 8 o'clock, and join our sisters class on the fifth day at 8 o'clock. And y'all missed a very good Feast of Weeks last night. If you didn't see it, it was very, very good. So we had a good time. It was family time. The men presented themselves to Yahweh last night. And so we do these things 3 times a day. We keep these commandments because we are who we are. We're the children of Israel. So one of the signs that we are the children of Israel is that we submit ourselves to Yahweh and His Word.